more here, back with another live stream. Do hope everybody is doing okay. And then, yeah, I'll just leave it a couple more minutes for people to join. But welcome back to this catch-up live stream, because it has been a while. A few weeks, actually, to say the least. And I've just realised I haven't put the subscribers only mode on. Never mind. Normally I put the subscribers only mode on to prevent spam and trolling, so we'll just have to hope there's no spam in the chat. But I see there's already a few people in the house, which is nice. And I thought I'd have a catch up and explain why I haven't really been doing any live streaming for the past couple of weeks. So who have we got on there? Hey VS, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Do hope you're doing okay. And then all that fluff and stuff, there's notifications are on, so I'm not sure if she's in yet. Hi Universal Train Studio, it's been a while, do hope you're doing okay. I say it's been a while since I've streamed. Evening Ruben, do hope you're doing okay, I'm doing good. And then Logan says it's near my bedtime. Oh, is it Logan? My apologies, I do want to try and do some earlier live streams, but the problem is, I can't really do area live streams. Like, I do want to do some more on location live streams. So where have I been then, basically? Because it has been about almost a month actually since I've last done a live stream, about 3-4 weeks. And the reason why I haven't really done any live stream is because I just got like so busy. Like, life gets in the way, it does. Our Universal Transport Studio, you've changed your name again, lol. And I do sound a bit banged up. I've got a bit of a cold, I do. So yeah, it's been a few weeks, and the main reason is because I've been so busy. Life has got in the way. It did. I was gonna do a live stream about 2 weeks ago, just never got round to it, to be honest with you. So I know it has been a while. And yeah, the main reason is because I just got busy. Like, I was gonna do a live stream like one weekend, and then I went out filming, and then I never got round to it. And then I was away in South Wales for a couple of days. I was. And then I was like really tired on a couple of evenings when I was going to do a live stream. And then also last weekend I had some, I say that, well, it was last weekend. The weekend just gone, I had some family stuff, so didn't do a live stream then. So basically life has just got in the way, and I thought, now's the perfect opportunity to do a live stream. And also because another reason why I haven't really done any live streams is because I've been trying to rapid fire get them vlogs and videos out every 2 days, and I'm still going to do that, but obviously today's a gap in between me uploading videos, so I thought, hey, come on and do a live stream. So yeah, I do know it has been a while. Make sure you guys do give me a thumbs up and a shout out, would appreciate it. Ruben says, I don't think watching this and playing Minecraft on a PC for those interested was a good idea, lol, says Ruben. I'm going to make sure I share myself out on Twitter. Oh, actually, it's not called Twitter anymore, is it? It's called X. It's not called Twitter now, is it? It's now X. When I click on it now, it's this. X. So it's not called Twitter anymore. Let me share myself out on X. If you guys aren't following me on X, it sounds real strange and more. That got changed the other day, which I found amusing. Then I woke up one morning, it was called X. Ruben says X isn't the name, it's the letter. Thanks so much for sharing me out on X, Ruben. Do appreciate it. Yeah, I thought I'd share a couple of updates with you guys today. Because I'm gonna discuss future live streams. I am gonna. Who else we got in here? Evening Michael, do you hope you're doing okay? And then MH Trains, welcome. Do you hope you're doing okay? Yes, you did beat me at Sager. God, that seems like ages ago now. I really need to catch up the vlogs, because I've still got bloody vlogs going out until blooming April. Hey Nora, welcome. Do you hope you're doing okay? And then X isn't even in here, it's just a letter. X marks the spot. X gonna give it to you. I'll be a rebel and still call it Twitter. I still call it Twitter too. To be honest with you, I still call it Twitter, but I just thought I'd say X as a joke because that's what the app says now. Uh, but yeah, I woke up the other morning on my phone on my tablet and suddenly my Twitter changed to X. So that was amusing. I don't know whose idea that was, Elon Musk, but I think, can we have Twitter back? Although, to be honest with you, on second thoughts, I don't really care. As long as I can still post stuff on there, I don't really care what they call it. They could call it New Facebook if I for all I care. But yeah, I know I haven't really done much live streaming. The main reason why I haven't really done much live streaming is because, to be honest with you, hardly anybody watches my live streams these days. Like back in 2021, I used to have like loads of people watching my live streams. In fact, sometimes I used to have like 15 to 20 people in my live streams up for like 2021 and part of 2023, part of 2022. And then just ever since my monetization celebration party, the views on the live stream seem to have just gone down and down and down and down. And quite a lot of my live streams now get less than 100 views. Like that's one of the main reasons why I don't really do live streams, because I don't really get a lot of like views on them and viewer like audience compared to my vlogs and my videos. So that's one of the main reasons why I don't really do live stream as much anymore. I know I said at the start of the year I was going to do weekly live streaming, but I don't think that's really like viable to do weekly live streaming anymore, because they're just not getting the views like they used to do. And I honestly have no idea how I'm gonna bring the views back in the live streams. Like nowadays, I barely get 10 people in here. Like there's 9 in here tonight. Like 5 to 10 people I normally get. I know this isn't me whinging a lot. It's just me a bit more annoyed that the live streams don't do as well as the videos. So that's kind of one of the main reasons why I haven't really done live streaming. And that's kind of where I've been. Just haven't done live streaming because hardly anybody watches them these days. But yeah, the live streams is the problem. Like the videos and the shorts, they do well, but these live streams, the views have just dipped over the past 2 years. And I don't know how to bring the views back. I've tried several ideas to try and bring the views back. I've tried like quizzes and game nights and Q&As, and I just feel like it's not entertaining enough. So yeah, I just don't know what to do anymore with these live streams. But I thought I'd come on up and do a live stream anyway, see how you guys all are, and explain where I've been for the past couple of weeks. But I might not do live streams anymore. I might just do on location live streams, because I've noticed my on location live streams are the ones that seem to do the best. When I did that one at Tamworth, I had almost 15 people watching and over 100 views. That was the last live stream I did, which did quite popular. Don't get me wrong, I've still had birthday live streams and like other live streams, like what my anniversary live streams, which have been done good. But the problem is, I just don't think I have good enough ideas to do future live streams. Basically, like the only ideas that I think are going to be good are on location live streams. I might still do Q&As at home, but to be honest with you, because even the quizzes, they really don't get much views these days either. But yeah, so if you guys could help me out, and tell me like what other ideas, basically, like for on location live streams maybe, because I've already done 2 on location live streams this year, which is not many. I've done one at Tamworth and one at Litchfield Trent Valley, but the problem is as well for on location live streams is, because I normally do them when I'm changing trains, like when I've got connection time. But I can't really do them at like big stations like Birmingham or, for example, London. I'm going to London very soon, and other places. I can't really do them like big, massive train stations because there'd just be too much interruptions. But at some of the smaller stations, for example, like Tamworth, does work well. That's the only problem. Like I'm really struggling know what to do in terms of the future of live streams, and I have mentioned this briefly in the past. this doesn't affect like vlogs and videos and other stuff like that, because that aspect of the channel does quite well. But live streaming, it's just gone downhill, slowly but surely, and I don't know how to bring viewers back to the live streams. Let's see if I've missed anything in the chat. Hello Brian, do you hope you're doing okay? Nice to see another live stream. My wife and I are looking forward to a short break in London next week. We're getting the air Zuma from London to King's Cross, from Newcastle to King's Cross. That's cool. I'm going to London very, very soon. Not next week, but very, very soon. Hey Andrew, do you hope you're doing okay? 156 Andrew. It was 3 months ago now, Sam. 3 months ago, bloody hell. That was a long time ago, Ben. Oh, thank you very much, MH Trains. Do appreciate the share. Hi, 345A. Just got home from the cinema. What did you see in the cinema? Let me guess. Barbie. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. I don't get everyone's obsession with Barbie is. I kind of, like, I haven't seen it myself, but I kind of want to bloody see this film now to see what everyone's raving on about. Maybe I'll probably won't watch it at the cinema. I might get it if it comes out, like, on Netflix or whatever. What you think? What all that fluff and stuff you think you're experiencing this live streams going downhill yourself? Because I've seen some of your live streams. You still get a fair amount of people, but mine have just gone slowly downhill. I think it's ever since we all came out of lockdown, mainly, that the live streams have just gone downhill, because everybody does other things in their evenings. Like, nobody really watches like YouTube live streams anymore. I think the main thing that people watch on YouTube now is videos, like, compared to live streams. Don't get me wrong, we've got people in here tonight, which is nice. I do appreciate everyone coming in, and if you haven't already, give me a thumbs up and a shout out, would appreciate it. But I just feel like I just don't get the views on the live streams anymore. I'll be in rugby on the 28th of December for the MH Trains New Year special. That'll be when I'll be taking my break over Christmas and New Year, MH Trains, because I normally take about a week break between Christmas and New Year, so I won't be around then. Somehow I find the feeling that would be the movie. Not seeing it all, I'm not too bothered myself about Barbie. Yeah, I kind of want to see what all the fuss is about now. I know I seem to enjoy doing live streams, Brian, but the problem is I don't feel like I get the views like anymore for the live streams compared to the videos. Like, if you go into the live section of my YouTube channel, some of them barely get over 100 views compared to my videos. 156 Andrew, that was a question for 345A. Your live streams are good. Yeah, I know. The thing is, I know they're good. The problem is, I just feel like I got more views for the live streams, to be honest with you. Like, because I barely get over 10 views for a live stream now. Like, not 10 views, 10 people watching. But yeah. Well, the Barbie Girl song, says Ruben. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, 345 better. I'm going to carry on doing live streams, but don't expect them to be weekly anymore. And that's being completely honest. I just don't think it's viable to do them weekly anymore, to be honest. Just because I feel like I might get better views if I do them less frequent. I think that's the problem with me doing, like, trying to do one live stream a week, is that the views kind of go down. Whereas if I do like a couple of live streams like a month, let's say like 2 a month, maybe I'll get more views, because I'll do random, like, because I'll make them more like topic, and I'll probably set them up in advance, basically. Like, let's say if I did 2 live streams a month, a Q&A and and on location, or a Q&A and a game night, like a quiz. Like, I'll probably do an autumn quiz in September, or a full quiz for you guys for watching the States. Like, if I do them less frequent but set them up in advance, maybe I might draw in more people, because people are expecting a live stream from me on that certain day. Whereas when I did, like, random weekly live streams like I've been doing for the past year or so, I think that might be one of the reasons why the live stream views are slowly dropping, basically, because people just find them boring. Like, I know people in the chat tonight have said they enjoy my live streams, which I appreciate, and I do enjoy making live streams. It's just the problem is the views on the live streams do utterly crap compared to the videos, and I don't know why, and I've been trying to work out why for the past year or so, and yeah. But I definitely do want to try and do some more unlocated live streams 345 Bay, because I think they're the ones that do the best recently. Like the one at Litchfield and the one at Tamworth I did have both got over 100 views, which is nice. VS says, do not get down on yourself on how many in streams or views. Just keep doing what makes you happy. Yeah, but the problem is these do make me happy, but like I just feel like I don't get why they don't get as many views compared to the videos. That's the problem I've got here, VS. Like, I enjoy doing the live streams, but I just don't think they get the views that they deserve. Is the way I'm going. Open Himia. Is it? Am I pronouncing it right? Is a film. Can't be bothered to see it either, lol. I haven't been to the cinema since last year. The last film I watched at the cinema was Matilda the Musical in November last year. I'm not really a fan of the cinema, to be honest with you. Thanks for Mr. Thumbs Up. Do appreciate it. Yeah, they were all that fluff and stuff. If I'm looking at my past live streams now, the views on them, and the past live streams I've done is obviously we're doing a live stream as we speak. Sam's World Training the Mall is going live for July 2023 Q&A. That was a couple of weeks ago now. 76 views. That's not even half. That's 5% of my subscriber count, because I've currently got 1,810 subscribers, roughly. Obviously, YouTube doesn't do them in real time anymore. But they round it up to my nearest 10. So I've got roughly 1,810 subscribers. So I should really be getting 181 views for all my content, basically. And I do aim towards that for my videos. There's some videos which do crap, some that do good. But the live streams, I feel like they're just barely getting 5% of them views. Like 76 views for the last live stream, 86 for the Sam's Ultimate Summer Quiz. The Chalk streams got a 72, 86, 94 for the June Q&A. And the last live stream I did, which got over 100 views, was the, which is roughly about 7 to 8% of my viewership, was the Tamworth station travelling home. That was the last live stream which got over 100 views, and that was on the 30th of May, so over 2 months ago now. So I feel like I should do some more on location live streams, because I feel like they're the ones that hit up there nowadays. Maybe it's because I'm a railway channel and people just want to see railway content from me, which I'm going to do because that's the main focus of the channel now. But I think just people don't like these random live streams anymore, because other than that, the only ones that have got over 100 views are the I have news. Then maybe it's the clickbaity titles that make people to jump on the live streams a bit more, because I did kind of put a bit of a clickbaity title in this one. I put let's catch up where I've been, and also just for a joke I decided to put the quitting YouTube hashtag in the description. I'm not quitting YouTube, by the way, guys. I just thought I'd put it in there just for the roles. For some reason I've lost half my chat. The only message I can see is that's good 345 Berry. So if I have missed any comments, feel free to put them in the live chat again, because I've completely lost the chat. I clicked off the live stream for 1 second, and now the only message I can see is from 345 Berry. So from Ruben that says, that's good 345 Berry. So if I missed any of these comments, put them in again. I didn't mean to, but for some reason, my live stream, the chat's just glitched out. You was having issues there with YouTube. Yeah, I've just completely lost the chat. I can only see 3 messages in the chat now. Quitting YouTube. That's something that large YouTubers are fake. Yeah. I'm not quitting YouTube. What? There's only 3 comments, and yeah, because I just had loads of comments before, and now they've all disappeared. Weird. Like, what the flip? I'm not quitting YouTube for 5 days. I kind of put that in as a bit of a clickbait to see if people would join. So now I'm going to end the topic on the live streams in a minute, but there's going to be a few points to make. Am I quitting the live stream in full altogether? No. What I'm planning on doing now moving forward is to try and increase the viewership a bit more on the live stream. I'm going to try and do live streams when I can, and I'm going to set them up in advance. They might not necessarily be every week now, because I know I said at the start of the year I'm going to make them weekly, but I'm just going to make them whenever I can do them, basically. I'll set them up in advance so you guys can set your reminders and whatever. So the next live stream I'm going to do is going to be a Q&A for August, and I'm probably going to do that at some point next week. I will set that one up in advance, and then after that, I'm not sure. I'm basically just going to announce on social medias when I'm going to do a live stream, set that up in advance, and see if that works to get more viewership, basically. Because I think that's going to be the way forward to try and increase the views on the channel. Because otherwise, if I do these random weekly live streams, I feel like the views are just going to stay the same, if not maybe even get lower. So that's what I'm going to do moving forward. Shame I just gave everyone the lottery numbers for next week's draw. What? You mean in the chat, Brian? Because for some reason half my chat's disappeared. So if I missed anybody's messages, whack them in the chat again, because I just clicked off the chat for like a second and my chat's completely wiped. It has. Also, another thing which I think might have affected my live streams getting less views is the fact that I did an experiment a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it's more than a couple of weeks ago now, a couple of months ago, where I removed the tags from the live streams just for a bit of an experiment, because there's loads of conflicting information about how tags work on YouTube. So I thought I'd take them off the live streams just to see what happens. And what happened with that is, I think it made no bloody difference. I think it might have got a few less people in. So what I'm going to do now is, starting from my next live streams, I am going to start putting tags in them again. Because I feel like tags do actually work in some way. So from the next week's live stream, which will be next week at some point, I will start putting tags in the tag box again. Because I feel like that might help a little bit. Not 100% sure, but I'm going to start doing that. And then I'm not going to make the live streams every week anymore. I'm just going to do them when I can. And as mentioned, I'm going to set them up in advance to give you guys a bit of an advanced notice so you can plan and set reminders if you need to. Now that's out the way, in terms of other stuff on the channel, I know I am behind with content. But I am slowly trying to catch up. If you didn't see yesterday's vlog, feel free to watch it after the live stream. Although I might change the title of that one, because I feel like that did crap compared to what I wanted it to. So I might change a few things up in that last live stream. I might change the title and some of the tags and the description, and maybe even the thumbnail. Because I feel like typical day on the West Coast main line isn't really going to get any clicks compared to my Transport for Wales 231 reviews, which is almost on 170 views. So yeah, I'm probably going to change the title of that vlog, because I think you do need the clicky titles. Also, another vlog which did a bit crap was the which I was quite surprised about, was the Trentham Monkey Forest vlog. I think that one did a bit crap. That only got 110 views, which is a bit disappointing. So obviously people don't really care about that sort of stuff. I think obviously people do want to see the vlogs which have got more clicky titles. I tell you a vlog which did superb. I showed you guys around a caravan I stayed at in Carl Glenhaven back in March, and that got 508 views and is still getting views today. My caravan tours and accommodation have really good. And I know, guys, I've actually stayed in accommodation twice in July. I stayed at a travel lodge in Newport for 2 nights, and then I stayed at another apartment up in Shropshire near Telford because I went to Blitz Hill on Saturday. And I didn't film any tours for them. I feel like I should have done for the apartment, so never mind. But for the travel lodge, the main reason why I didn't film a hotel review for the travel lodge was because, in my opinion, all travel lodges and all Premier Inns look the same, so there's no point in doing a review of a travel lodge and a hotel Premier Inn reviews. So yeah. But I am staying somewhere very, very cool in September. I am. So I'm going to definitely do an accommodation tour in September because I think that will definitely make an interesting vlog. And in terms of upcoming content, guys, I'm going to have some more vlogs. I've got actually a train line vlog coming up for you guys in the next few days. And that is going to be... I've started to do the Wolverhampton to Shrewsbury line, getting out at all the stations. I did that back in April, so that vlog will be coming out in the next few days. And then I will have other content from Staffordshire, from the North Staffordshire I will do, and then I also got the content from Liverpool, exploring the Merseyrail network. Just trying to think of what else I've got content for. Preston railway station will be the next train video which I release. If that's not out tomorrow, it'll be out on Thursday. And then just trying to think of other content I've got coming up. I've also got a trip up in Warwickshire, Crewe area. I do coming up in regards to content I've already filmed. And I've also got some more Cross City Line vlogs coming up. I've also got a trip down to Bristol on the HST review coming up. And what else have I got coming up? I'm just trying to think of stuff I've got coming up. I've got a trip in the East Midlands. And I've also got an exciting vlog I've actually got coming up. Is actually inspired by G-Love Trains, Simon Trains, and Nick Baddeley. Back in June, I actually filmed a circular journey around the West Midlands from Birmingham New Street to Birmingham New Street, and that vlog is going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you guys do have the little bell for all notifications so you don't miss that vlog. And I'm just trying to think of other vlogs I've got coming out. I've got another one for the Great Western Network. I've got quite a few vlogs involving diverts coming out. And just trying to think of any others. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. That's the vlogs that are coming out. If you want to know them again, I won't repeat them, but feel free to watch the replay. And I do appreciate anyone that is watching the replay as well. And then in terms of vlogs I'm going to film, because Brian's just asked me, will I be doing a vlog in London? Yes. I'm going to be making a couple of vlogs in London. And one of them, I will mention one of them actually. I am going to explore the London Croydon tram link for the very first time. I've been wanting to do the London trams for years. I'm going to be doing them in the Croydon area. And also, I'm not going to spoil any of us vlogs that I'm making, but that is one vlog I'm definitely making, because I was hoping to do that when I went to London last year, but I just didn't have the time because I was focusing my trip down to London purely on the Elizabeth line. But I'm not really going down to London this time to go to the Elizabeth line. There's going to be one station that I'm going to do on the Elizabeth line, and that's going to be Bond Street. Other than that, I don't really have any proper plans to explore the Elizabeth line, but I do have another plan whilst I'm down in London, because I've given myself an extra hour or two compared to the last time I was in London. And I've got another vlog plan, and this one's going to be another exciting one, but I'm not going to spoil this one for you guys, but definitely thinking of doing the London Croydon trams. 345 Bay says you had that travel lodge you stayed in had a little lift, platform lift instead of a passenger lift. Yeah, the one in Newport, South Wales had a crappy platform lift, and it was practically bloody broken too. I had to bloody go down the blooming stairs to call Whip from her mum so she could go in with a blooming rollator because the call button was bloody broken on the bloody first floor. Bloody crap lifts. Yeah, the circular journey will be interesting. From Birmingham to Birmingham. Michael says, circular journey, I'm currently trying to think of doing a circular journey next week. Yeah, because I thought of this circular journey after I saw Simon's one. I've seen other similar ones by Geoff Trains, and obviously Nick Badley hasn't done circular journeys as such. He's done pointless journeys, which are similar. But Simon and Geoff Trains have done proper circular journeys. Simon did one, for example, from Rougy Town to Rougy Town. And this circular journey I've made was on the same ticket, because I know there's some circular journeys that people might make which are on separate tickets. They are basically, but I think most people, when they do a circular journey, they try and find a route where you can do it on the same ticket. Not necessarily the same ticket, like you'd buy an off-peak or any time day return and then do the circular journey. And that's what I did when I was in Birmingham. I did a Birmingham to Birmingham circular journey, and there's lots of different ways I could have done that. So you guys are going to have to guess what journey Sam did. Michael says the Croydon tram is amazing. Ruben says, I'm sure you'll have fun on the Croydon tram. I know, because it's a tramway I haven't yet done, and I thought I'd go down there and do it whilst I'm in London. I know I haven't done my local tram route yet, which is the West Midlands Metro, but there's a reason why I haven't done the West Midlands Metro is because I'm waiting for them to build the extensions which they're currently building. They're currently doing an extension over to Curzon Street, and also they're doing an extension towards what's it called? Wolverhampton Station, which was actually supposed to open a couple of weeks ago. And also, what's the other one? They do one over to near Mary Hill. So I'm going to wait for them to open, and then I'm going to do the West Midlands Metro. So that's probably not going to be for another 2 years. So don't expect that vlog anytime soon. But definitely we'll have a vlog from the London Croydon trams this year. 345 Bay says I'm going to Blackpool soon, maybe next month. If you go next month, you'll have the illuminations as well, 345 Bay, because they get switched on at the start of September. I'm probably not going to Blackpool this year, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I know I have been to Blackpool for the past 5 years, excluding 2019. But I'm not going to go. No, I did go in 2019. The year I didn't go to Blackpool was 2017. I've been to Blackpool every year since 2016, excluding 2017. I went in 2016. I went actually 3 times in 2016. I went twice in 2018. And then I went just once in 2019. I went 3 times in 2018. I went twice in 2019. Once in 2020. And then once in 2021. But I also went twice in 2022. But I haven't touched Blackpool at all this year. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of bored of Blackpool now. There's only one thing I haven't yet done in Blackpool, and that's the Model Village. I've done pretty much every single other attraction in Blackpool. I'm kind of bored. I'm not going to go back to Blackpool unless it's to do the Model Village or if North Station extension opens, to be honest with you. I don't think I'm going to be going to Blackpool this year unless the extension opens. Probably next year go to Blackpool. But I'm sure you'll have fun if you've not been to Blackpool before, 345 Bay. It's just I've been to Blackpool a lot, so I kind of got a bit bored. So unless that North Station extension opens this year, I'm not going to Blackpool. So glad you'll be coming down to ride the Elizabeth line. I'm not really going to be doing much of the Elizabeth line when I come down to London 345 Bay because I've already done the main section. But I will be doing a few bits of it to travel around London because it's quicker, and also Bond Street. Ruben says I thought Bond Street on the Elizabeth line was amazing. That's good to hear. Have you ever considered doing a river trip when you're in London? No. And the main reason why is I'm not a fan of boats. Mainly because I've got anxiety over watching the Titanic when boat's going to sink. And also I think I'll get a bit seasick because I also get quite car sick too. So I just don't think me and boats will mix, to be honest with you. And also boats are quite slow compared to the Tube and the Elizabeth line and Overground. So what do you think I'm going to be doing any boats? Probably not. I probably will go and have a look at the River Thames, but I don't think I'm going to be going on no boats, Brian. Yeah, well. 345 Bay says the hotel I stayed in was a Premier Inn in York and Bournemouth. The York hotel had a cheap generic and the Bournemouth one had an Arona next, which is much better than the York. That's cool. I'm going to go to Blackpool Illuminations when I go to Lancashire next month. Yeah, the Illuminations are good to Blackpool, don't get me wrong. But I don't think I'm going to be going to them this year. Unless North Station extension opens on the trams, because I've done the rest of the Blackpool trams, I'm probably not going to Blackpool. Is Pleasure Beach open in September? It is, but reduced hours. I think it's open 11 till 5. I think, it is open every day, but shorter hours Monday to Friday, 11 till 5, I think it is. And then it's like 10 till 5 or 10 till 6 on the weekends. It is. I think that's going to be the hours from about the 5th, 4th of September when the kids go back to school. Because it's open quite late at the moment. And then sometimes on Saturday nights, apparently they do the late night riding thing where the rides are open till 10 o'clock. I have been to the Pleasure Beach twice. I have. I went in 2020 and 2019. It was good. I preferred my second visit because I went on the big one in 2020 because I didn't get to do that in 2019. So I've ticked off riding the tallest roller coaster in the UK off my list for now because they're opening a new one at Thorpe Park next year. But yeah, I've been to the Pleasure Beach twice. Definitely my trip in 2020 I preferred to 2019. Also because it was a bit quieter in 2020 because I think the bug that everyone remembers put everybody off because they were talking about restrictions and God knows what else. So it definitely was quiet when I went to Blackpool in 2020. Ruben says, my excuse for Blackpool this year was so I could ride a certain EMU I've known my entire life, the filthy bugger. I've put them a fair few times now, to be honest with you, Ruben. What hasn't been open when I've been on the 345? I reckon it only opens on weekends. Oh, you mean the Pleasure Beach? I'm sure it's open during the week in the main season. I think it's when it gets to October, November time it starts shooting during the week. I could be wrong though. You're best off looking on the website 345 Bay. Because I feel like Michael might be right. I feel like they do shut it certain days of the week now. I think they do actually. Because I'm sure when I went to Blackpool with my sister in October, it wasn't open certain days of the week. I feel like it was open 1 or 2 weekdays. But I feel like it was open the weekend. But I feel like there was days in the week where it was shut. I think you're actually right, Mike. I know it's definitely open from now until the end of summer holidays, which is at the start of September. But I don't know if it's open certain weekdays after September. So you definitely have to look at the website 345 Bay. But it doesn't shut until November, I don't think. And that's properly shut for the end of the season. Because here in the UK, our theme parks, for those of you watching overseas, our theme parks typically open from the middle of March until early November. And then there's a couple of Christmas and February half-term events. And also, the Elizabeth line. There is something else I do want to go on the Elizabeth line actually. Because actually I know, I think it was 345 Bay mentioned about going on the Elizabeth line. I will be as well because I want to see if that Pride 345 is in operation. I forget the number now of it, but I'm hoping I'm going to see the Pride 345. I am. Because if I see that one out and about, I will have a ride in the Elizabeth line, but not going to be doing full detailed vlogs of the Elizabeth line. Because I'm not even going to vlog Bond Street. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Because Bond Street is kind of outdated now. Like it opened like almost a year ago now actually. About 10 months ago. 9-10 months ago. So I'm not going to do a full vlog of Bond Street. I'm not. I'm just going to do a little shorts. I am. Visiting Bond Street. Make sure you guys do give me a thumbs up. Let's try and get to 10 thumbs up. Share me out as well. Would appreciate it. See if we can get more people in the house tonight. Because the more views the better. Helps me plan out future live streams. Where was I? The chat disappeared on the live stream. So if I have missed people's comments, don't blame me. Send your complaints to YouTube. They got rid of half my chat. Where was I? Michael says, I know the Pleasure Beach is open for special Halloween nights. Yeah, it is. I think they call it, what's it called? Scream Beach? Is that right? Scream Beach? Scream Fest? Scream Fest? Is that right? Something like that. Rupert says, I've not that been interested in the riverboats in London at all. Brian says, I suppose everyone is different. I love, but yeah, I've seen some of your content. You're quite interested in the boats, aren't you, Brian? I'm just not really a fan of boats compared to railways. I like flowing water. I do. I like going to look at the different water nearby. Like if I see a beach, for example, when I was in Liverpool, I went out and to get a few shots of the waterfront. But I'm not a big fan of going on boats, basically. Good old 319 Superior Attraction. 345 Bay says, I might be going to Alton Towers instead of Blackpool, and the Pleasure Beach isn't open that much. My mum and dad would rather go to the Pleasure Beach. Yeah, Alton Towers is open until November the 5th. It is. I looked on their website. Even though I haven't been to Alton Towers for the past 10 years, I do watch people's vlogs that have been to Alton Towers. For example, Theme Park Worldwide. They're regular at Alton Towers. And I have seen quite a lot of vlogs from Alton Towers. And I know they're open until November the 5th every day. The opening hours do get shorter though in September and October. I think they're only open like 10 till 4, except from obviously Scarefest, where they're open till 9 o'clock. But I think weekends remains 10 till 6. But Alton Towers is good. I haven't been for over 10 years. In fact, the last time, you can tell I haven't been to Alton Towers in over 10 years. The last time I went to Alton Towers, it was like all traditional. Like instead of the CBeebies, they had like the old McDonald's farmyard, and they had all the old rides like the Flume and what else is the that doesn't exist anymore. They had the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and stuff. Like, all the rides that basically don't exist these days, they had back in 2013 when I went to Alton Towers. I went in the summer of 69. No, it wasn't. The summer of 2030. I don't know why I've got that summer of 69 song in my bloody head today. Michael says 345055 is the Elizabeth Pride train. I'm going to screenshot that, Michael. So remember it. Thanks for that. Hey, Kareem. I hope you're doing okay. It's been a long time, dear. I hope your business is doing good. Will you be visiting Soho? Oh, in London. I thought you were about the one in Birmingham then. Hey, Yossa. Dunno. Not sure. Fight Night. Fight Night. That's the one, Michael. What's fascinating about Soho in London, Rupert says. I thought yours was on about the Soho in Birmingham then, because there's a little area in Birmingham called Soho, isn't there? 345055 is sort of past Seven Kings. Go down and visit Reuben for yourself. remember the 5th of November. Well, I've just realised some people overseas that are watching this probably don't have a clue what I'm talking about when I go November the 5th. It's what you call bonfire night in the UK. Not sure how many people celebrate that abroad. It's not a big holiday here. Like, it's not a national holiday. But people have fireworks, they do. But I don't, because I've got pets. And I haven't been to a display since before COVID. Oh, I said the dreaded C word. Oh, crap. YouTube, don't do me for that one. Didn't mean for that to slip out of my mouth. I haven't been since before the bug. Don't get me wrong. I like fireworks, but I've just got pets, so I have to stay in. Sometimes I see some from outside my house because quite a lot of my neighbours and the local area has fireworks. In fact, sometimes the displays they put up in the local area I can see from my house. Michael says a road 345055 a few weeks ago from Paddington to Ilford 345 and grabbed it at Good Maze 7 Kings when filming trains. Ruben's laughing. You've been super busy, have you, Kareem? Very nice. I wanted to go on Oblivion at Alton Towers and Rika. I've only actually been on a few rides because I was younger then and I was quite scared. I'm trying to think of what roller coasters I have been on at Alton Towers. I think I've only been on 2. I think I've been on Nemesis. I have. And that was quite scary back then. And that's closed this year, isn't it? For the redevelopment. I'm trying to think what else I've been on at Alton Towers roller coaster rides. I've been on the is it the Runaway Mine Train? That was quite fun. I think I've only been on 2. That and the Nemesis. Or have I been on more? Because they didn't have that little kiddie roller coaster and oh no, I've been on 3. Been on Spinball Wizard, I have. It was Sonic Spinball back then because it had that sponsorship, but I've been on 3. Sonic Spinball as it was back then. Runaway My Train and Nemesis. I've not been on any of the others. I was supposed to go on the other one, Galactica, but I freaked out at the fact that you had to lie down and face the bloody floor going on it. Because if it wasn't for the fact you have to bloody have your arms out like that and face the bloody floor, I probably would have gone on that one. That I wasn't a fan of the fact that you weren't like you basically lying down on it. Well, not lying down, but you had to face the floor on it because it's like a flying coaster. So I didn't go on that one. We were gonna go on it, but I didn't go on it. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I went on 3. Because if I went to Alton Towers today, I would go on most of them because I'm not scared of rides like I was back then. Because I was 10 back then when I went to Alton Towers. Yeah, so I think I went on 3. Spinball with her, as it is back. It was Sonic Spinball back then. And Runaway Mine Train, that was quite fun. And also Nemesis, which I was crap scared of. Closed my eyes going down that one. The Smile was closed that day because it was the opening year and they were having bloody faults with the bloody track and everything. I didn't go on Oblivion because I didn't like the force of that going into the bloody ground. I was crap scared of that. And also Rita, I was thinking about going on 13 because they look a bit tame. I say tame, Rita's quite fast, but they had massive queues, so we didn't touch that area. But I did quite a few of the other rides. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was good. That doesn't exist anymore. Just trying to think what else rides have gone on. I went on a few of the little kiddie rides in what's known as TBB's Land now, but I think I went on the tractor ride for us back then and the little Squirrel Nutty. It's like a CBeebies I Spy ride now. Just trying to think of any other ones I went on. We didn't get on much because it was really busy and the queues were massive. Just trying to think. But that's all. Oh! And we went on the Flume as it was back then. Yeah, I think that's all the rides I went on. A few. Anyway, where was I? Yours is laughing at me. I you scared? I'm not scared of heights, Brian. I was younger back then, so I was quite scared of rides. I've been to the pleasure beach since then, and I've been on bigger rides like the bigger one and bloody Icon and Infusion. Infusion has bloody 5 inversions, and that I've been on that since Nemesis. And trying to think of other big rides I've been on since. I've been on all the wooden coasters at Pleasure Beach now. In fact, the only 2 roller coasters which I've not been on at Pleasure Beach is Revolution, because I'm not the fan of going backwards round a bloody loop. And also Avalanche. I didn't go on Avalanche because I think it was closed actually both times. It was either closed or I had a massive queue. But I think I did all the other roller coasters. Yeah, I did every single roller coaster at Pleasure Beach except from Revolution, because I don't like the look of it, and also Avalanche. And when I went, Valhalla was closed for refurbishment, and it was closed in 2019 because it was broken down. Because otherwise I would have gone on that, but you get absolutely soaked on that. But I've done quite a few of the other rides at Pleasure Beach. Where did this conversation about living theme parks start about? Yeah, I'm not scared of heights, Brian. Booked tickets to the Sky Garden. I'm sure my sister did that actually, you know. She did. It looks good, that is, but I'm not going to do that, Brian, because I'm only in London for the day, so I won't have time. Ruben says I love fireworks. 345 Bay says fireworks are alright. Nemesis is closed for refurbishment. It'll be reopening next year. Yep. I might do Galactica. I'm quite scared to even go on a roller coaster out. I've never been to Alton Towers before. I do want to go back to Alton Towers actually, because they have changed quite a lot over the years, and it'd be interesting to see what it's like 10 years later. I don't know when I will go back though, but I do want to. Hey Mum, welcome. Anyway, other content that I've got planned, because we'll talk about London. I've got a trip to London planned, and also the new station, Britain's newest station, opened today. We did have Thanet Parkway for about 24 hours yesterday, but Portaway Park and Ride opened down in Bristol, so I'm going to be going to that one very, very soon as well. And also, in terms that'll be coming up on the channel. And then also, what else am I going to? Pete Waterman's got Making Tracks 3 at Chester again. So I'm going to be going to that at some point in August. And then I've got a really exciting holiday coming up in September. I have. So that'll be filmed. I'm going to be going to some places I've never ever been before. I've been on my bucket list for years. And I'm trying to think of anything else I've got planned. I haven't really got anything planned as such, other than a few things I've mentioned. Otherwise, for October and November, basically, and December, have no clue what I'm doing. Mandarin Mayhem at Chessington is... Oh, I've been to Chessington. I went to Chessington when I was younger. I did. Because I remember going on that... it was Bubble Works. It's not Bubble Works anymore, but I remember going on Bubble Works. So in terms of theme parks I've visited in the UK, and I haven't been to theme parks for years and years and years now. I've been to Chessington, World of Adventures. I've been to Alton Towers about 10 years ago. I've been to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And I've been to Wicksteed Park. I went to Wicksteed Park once on a school trip. And I came home blooming crying because I practically almost lost my wallet. Trying to buy my mum something in the gift shop. I had a panic because I put my bloody wallet in the wrong bloody pocket. I remember that. Other than that was alright, Wicksteed. Although the bloody roller coaster there was shut all day. I'm just trying to think. Other theme parks. I feel like I've been to Twin Lakes, but I don't remember it. That's another one not too far from me. Just trying to think of any other theme parks. I think that's all the ones I've been to. Oh, I'm missing the bloody obvious one that I've been to half my bloody life. Drayton Manor. I went to Drayton Manor in 2019 was the last time I went to Drayton Manor. That's a fun little theme park, and they've made loads of investment over that in the past few years. In fact, they've got a new roller coaster at Drayton Manor next year. That's my local theme park. Can't believe I missed out that one. That's the pretty most obvious one I've been to. Like, in fact, I went to Drayton Manor pretty much every year when I was growing up. Bloody hell, I can't believe I forgot Drayton Manor. Bubble Works is Gruffalo now. I've been on Gruffalo. It's been in Gruffalo for about 6 years. Yeah, this was years and years ago. I went to Chessington 345 Bay. Ruben says I've been to Chessington once. That's cool. Drayton Manor is the one that is a bit dedicated to the blue talking chat. You mean Thomas Land? Thomas Land's actually alright, you know. It's actually got some quite good rides in there. Not just for kids, but for big kids like me. I like going on that blooming Thomas. Even though I'm not a big Thomas fan, I like going on the Thomas down to the other end. Then also they've got the cool little roller coasters in there. They've got the troublesome trucks, which actually goes quite fast for kids' rides. My mum says I love Thomas Land. I think that's my mum's favourite area at Drayton Manor. I have to go back to Drayton Manor. Oh well. Because it's quite a good theme park now. They've made some investment into it. Like, obviously, as I mentioned, they're getting a new family roller coaster next year. I have been to another place, another little amusement park. I went to St Nicholas's Park in Warwick. I went there a few years ago. 2021 I went there actually. And that was alright. It's got a little kiddie family coaster. And then I have been to Warwick Castle, which you probably classify as a bloody theme park because it's got blooming loads of attractions in it itself. I'm not a fan of Warwick Castle. Yes, the castle's nice, but the fact that it's run by Merlin and it's got loads of blooming added theme park bloody attractions to it, that makes me not a fan of it. I prefer other castles like Edinburgh and Kenilworth and stuff like that. But I have been to Warwick Castle. Alright, it is. Expensive. Overpriced actually. Just trying to think of other attractions I've been to. Oh, I've been to the piers in Blackpool. Been on all three. I've also been to Weston last year. That was, I'm going to be honest, Weston Supermare was a bit crap. Weston, I wouldn't recommend. A bit crap. Nothing really much to do in Weston. The pier, you have to pay £1 to get on. Absolute rip-off. The train that went down the pier wasn't working. The views weren't over that great. The arcade was nothing special. It had a few crappy little rides that weren't working. There was a little museum that me and my mum were going to go to. Wasn't open. The big wheel I was going to go on, but it was really windy, so I didn't want to die, so I didn't go on it. But Weston wouldn't recommend. It's crap. Troublesome trucks goes really fast anyway, trying to crash the engines. No, says Ruben. That's funny. Will you visit Adventure Island in Southend? But yeah, I've not been to Southend before at all. 345 Bay. You went there. It got stuck last week, and I did. Bloody hell. Handing Warwick Castle to Bear was a big mistake, I know, right? Warwick Castle's more run like a bloody theme park nowadays. Not a fan of Warwick Castle. I've been there once or twice. Don't think I'm going to be going back. I might visit Weston, but Eastbourne is nice. Weston is a bit crap. Don't get me wrong, if you've not visited Weston before, go for it. But I thought it was a bit crap. My mum says she liked it. Perfect for old people. You're not that old, Mum. You're only 48. I think my mum liked the blooming crystal shops down there. Weston was a bit crap, in my opinion. And also, what else is a bit crap? I've been to. What else would I recommend visiting? South Shields. South Shields up near Newcastle. Went there in 2017. Absolutely crap. The whole place got run down. The bloody miniature train and the bloody swan boat you can hire. Not that I'm a fan of boats anyway. That was all shut. Practically nothing to do there. The only decent thing was the beach. There wasn't even any good shops in South Shields. South Shields was crap. Wouldn't recommend there. One place that I do want to go to, two places which do look quite good, are Bournemouth and Brighton. They look quite good. I do want to go on them. They're on my bucket list. Oh yeah, I forgot about them. That was the other good thing about South Shields. The Roman ruins. That was good. And the beach. Other than that, South Shields was a bit crap and run down. Wouldn't recommend. You put a bad distance to me, you thought was alright now, Rupert. I thought South Shields was a bit crap. No. I've not been to Eastbourne, I haven't. Bournemouth is lovely. It's my favourite seaside town in the south. Never been, but I'd love to one day. I've been to Margate actually. I went to Margate about 9 years ago. And even that I didn't think was overly that great. I went to Margate on a coach trip. We got bloody stuck in traffic on the bloody M4 or whatever it was. The M1 for about 7 hours. It was out of season when we went and it rained non-stop. It wasn't really out of season anymore. It was the end of June. I wouldn't classify that as out of season. I suppose some places, though, run weekends and bank holidays only, don't they? And school holidays only, I suppose. And rains non-stop. That sums up July last year. Apparently, July just gone. Apparently, it was the wettest on record. July was a crap month. Apparently, we're supposed to get some more bloody thundery rain tomorrow. Yeah. Rain non-stop sums up last month. July. I've been to market in 2018. It looked run down when I went. Only been to market. Only seen market on an episode of Brum from the 90s when he goes to the beach with the family. Yeah, we've been to New Brighton and Crosby. Crosby's nothing special unless you want to see the naked men. But the beaches are even the beaches are not great. It's a bit muddy. New Brighton though, I love New Brighton. New Brighton's got the little fun fair, if you go in the summer months, and the little arcade and the beach. Do like New Brighton. One of my favourite beaches New Brighton is actually. But Crosby is nothing special. Welcome to the Sam's Warwickshire live stream where Sam is dissing and rating seaside towns across the UK. What seaside town should I rate next? We're going to move on to Skeg Vegas now. Should you visit Skeg Vegas? Or what the locals say, Nottingham-on-Sea. I've been to Skegness once or twice. I think I went in 2012. It was alright, Skegness. I'm going to be actually honest with you. Skegness was alright. The weather wasn't the best. It was a bit dull and drizzly and dreary. But they had a little roller coaster there actually, which I went on, which was quite cool. And there was a few attractions in Skeg Vegas. It was all right, Skeggy. I prefer Blackpool, and that's saying something because Blackpool's gone a bit now. I've done everything in Blackpool, but Skeg Vegas was all right. They've also got that theme park just down the road, which I've not been to, but it's all right. I've been to Skeg Vegas. New Brighton has sound unlike the Brighton I was born in, says Ruben. Have you been to Southport? Oh, Southport. Unless you want to bloody just go to the arcade and maybe the little theme park there, which wasn't open when I went, I wouldn't recommend Southport. Or if you want to go to the Lawnmower Museum in Southport, feel free. But other than that, no. The beach in Southport is like you're stepping on bloody poo. I've tried to build a sandcastle in Southport to take the first layer off, and it's pure bloody poo. It's almost like people poo on it all day long. Southport, no, not the beach, crap. But Blackpool Beach is just as bad too. Don't like the beach in Blackpool. If I want to go to the Fylde Coasters beach, I'll go to Fleetwood or St Anne's. Not Blackpool. Stinks like wee. But Southport, absolutely no way. This has honestly turned into a live stream where I'm dissing and rating the local seasides across the UK. Which is funny because we've got viewers from the States over there, and they're probably, if they want to visit the UK, I'm basically saying them what's crap and what's good. Morecambe is definitely the worst seaside town I've been to. My mum hates it there. Never been to Morecambe actually. Can't comment on that. I used to watch it from when I was little, as it was shown on CBeebies till 2012. I don't remember watching it though. I was really young. G says the beach in Southport is slippier than an ice ring. Was it slippy? It was a bit actually. But in Southport actually, I made a kite out of an Asda carry bag. That was the best part of the day. Oh, I'm trying to think of other seaside towns I've visited now. I mentioned one is in England, but I've also visited 3 seaside towns now in Wales. I've been to Prestatyn, I have. And that was alright. The beach was nice. It had an abandoned lighthouse. I think it's Tapcrea Lighthouse. That was good. Went there in 2016. In fact, that was the last time I went to North Wales, 2016. Not been back to North Wales since. And also Barry Island I've been to. Barry Island was good. It was. Although there was a bit of a twitty man that we came across. And obviously, and Barry Island, I wouldn't recommend going to the War Museum there, because let's just say me and my family practically got kicked out of the War Museum. We did. Because the woman in there, I think I mentioned this in my blog actually, that I made in Barry Island. The woman said, unfortunately at the moment, we're doing a ladies group, so can you come back later? So that's effectively her phone us out. I must admit, I haven't been to Southport since 2018. I was going there in 2021, but the weather had other ideas. I went to Southport earlier in the year, but I didn't go to the beach. I just went to the train station to take it off. How did I let of a plastic bag? I took the handle off, and because it was windy, I just waved it around in the air, being a prat, basically. 3 for 5, Barry. Devon Cliffs, Primrose Valley. Yeah, we have been there as well. Devon Cliffs. Oh, that was a nice beach. It's a private beach actually, because obviously it was a haven site. But that was nice. Although it was a bit hilly. And then Primrose Valley, that beach, I don't even remember it, to be honest with you. I think the views were nice. There used to be an abandoned station up that way actually called Filey Holiday Camp, which closed in the 70s. Was it the 70s or was it the 80s? Forget now. But Barry Island, it was okay, but it could have been better. Penarth, most recent seaside town I've been to, Penarth, absolutely no way. I was going to film a vlog in Penarth, but didn't. Mainly because I visited there because the 231s were starting on that line. Visited Penarth. Don't get me wrong, they got a few nice shops that my mum ventured into. But the pier wasn't even that great. The views were alright. But there wasn't much to do. There wasn't. Other than get an ice cream and sit on a pier on a cloudy day. In fact, I preferred Cardiff Bay. And that's saying something because Cardiff Bay's got the little wheel and the museum. But wasn't a fan of Penarth. My favourite part of going to Penarth was definitely riding the 231. But there's a few alright shops. And it has a nice coffee shop there too. How did that work with I read that one. I love Barry. Yeah, the beach was nice. Just shame that a few locals in the area kind of ruined our experience for us English tourists. Choices to make. I'm recommending VS now. Some seaside towns to visit the UK. Here are the crap ones. Here are the. Have you kept track of the list yet, VS? Of the good ones and the bad ones. If you're looking for good ones, VS, which I've already mentioned, I think I've mentioned one good one so far, and that's New Brighton up near Liverpool. Skegness wasn't too bad, and if you've not been to Blackpool yet, go there too, but don't go to the actual beach in Blackpool because it stinks like wee and is dirty. If you want a nicer beach, go a bit more up the coast. But there's quite a lot to do in Blackpool if you've never been to Blackpool before. Brighton is supposed to be good, but I've never been. So is Bournemouth. And Cornwall's supposed to have some nice beaches too, but I've never been to Cornwall, so I can't comment on that. Yeah, Penarth was okay. Got the 231s, which was good. Bournemouth town is becoming quite dodgy though. I remember going a couple of weeks ago, there was a dodgy old man who was drunk, who was asking, that is a bit weird, that is free for, although you get weirdos everywhere, to be honest with you. If I walk up the bloody road, I get weirdos. Yeah, that is a bit creepy, 345 Bay. And they say Welsh were nice as well. I mean, I've come across a few not so nice people in Wales. But then I've also come across a few nice people in Wales. It's like a real mix in Wales. I'm not going to mention other people names, but there's a few people in Wales which I've come across which are not so nice. Including someone in Newport train station, which we're not going to mention. But then I've also met some nicer people. In fact, when I went to my brother's graduation, we had the most friendliest Uber driver in the history of the world. He was really, really friendly. He was the Uber driver we had in Wales. He was even telling us a tiny bit about the local area, which I found fascinating. And he was obviously from Wales because he had the Welsh accent. Cornwall's beaches are lovely, says Ruben. Lucky didn't talk to me as I don't want to go anywhere near him. I think you put me off the idea of going to Bournemouth now, dodgy people. Actually, I say that because if you're looking for dodgy people, Blackpool is home for dodgy people. You can't walk 2 minutes down the street without seeing a dodgy people. In fact, I was in the queue for some donuts in March, and the group in front of me and my sister, proper sketchy they were. Me and my sister were muttering to ourselves, "Oh, I wonder if this donut stand's good because it's got a queue of people." They said, "Oh yeah, this one's good," and they were acting really sketchy. My sister even said they were looking in my sister's handbag, which was a bit weird. So and then we went to a few gift shops, and this group of sketchy people were practically following me and my sister. We got rid of them eventually. But yeah, there's a few sketchy ass people in Blackpool. I wouldn't recommend Blackpool at night especially, because there's a few sketchy ass people. In fact, people do drugs in the street in Blackpool actually. That's the only problem with Blackpool. It's got some nice attractions, but too many sketchy ass people. Hey Ear Trains 95, do hope you're doing okay. In my opinion, there's dodgy people everywhere. Yeah, that's the thing, Michael. But Blackpool, I think, is the home for the dodgy person. I think there's some good areas, to be honest with you, in the UK, and then there's some bad areas. And I'm just based on experiences here. From my experiences of seeing said dodgy people compared to not seeing said dodgy people. That's me never going to Blackpool. Why? Because now I've described the fact there's loads of dodgy people there. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Blackpool's alright. But dodgy people, and if you've been there before, I wouldn't go back. I need to see. Excuse me. Oh, what did Ear Trains 95 say? I just put my phone on charge, so I can only see the chat on here now. Otherwise somebody's getting punched and I'm not going, it's me. I've never been punched, I've not. But definitely had sketchy ass people near me. I have. In fact, even on some of the trains in and out of Blackpool, on one of the trains to Blackpool North that I went on last March, there was someone smoking a bloody joint in the toilet. The whole train, and they said tram then, the whole train stunk of weed. It did. Even the guard, I don't think he wanted to go confront him, bless him. But he even did an announcement that said, smoking is illegal. If you're caught smoking, you will be reported to the British Transport Police. And we do have smoke detectors and CCTV. And I think I know who it was that was smoking weed, because they were sat literally right near me. They got on, I think it was it Poulton and Fowle or Kirkham? One of the two. He completely stunk of weed. He did. He sat like on the table near me, not next to me. I was like, bloody hell. And then it was suspicious because he went to the toilet and he probably went to smoke weed in the toilet. Like, if you're going to smoke weed, that's cool. I don't care the fact that people smoke weed, but smoking weed on a flipping train, like, for flip's sake, do it up in your bloody garden at home, for crying out loud. But smoking a bloody joint on the train and making it stink, that's just disrespectful in my opinion. They got off at Leighton, I think it was, so Leighton looks like a bit of a crap area. But yeah, smoking bloody... Now that's the second time I've seen that happen as well on trains. People... Actually, 3 times actually I've seen people smoke joints in the toilets. At Birmingham New Street, me and my mum was sat on the train once, and this couple just casually got on the train and bloody smoked a joint in the toilet and then got off. And then when I was in Worcester last year, there was some guy that got on at Foregate Street, smoked a joint, and then got off the train at Barnt Green, because it was one of the ones that stopped at Barnt Green. Yes, I've had the experiences of people smoking weed. Yeah, I do have a cold. Hopefully it goes by my London trip. Otherwise I'll have to take some paracetamol. If you go to Bournemouth, Swanage is there. It's a nice open top bus ride from Bournemouth to Swanage. And there's also a Heritage Railway in Swanage, which is goes to Croft Castle. Doesn't the alarms go off when somebody is smoking on the train? Yeah, I think they did. Also, yeah, another experience I've had I don't think this person was smoking weed this time though, because I couldn't smell weed. But on my way back from Reading Green Park when I visited in June, I ended the vlog in Reading And then I took a cross-country train up to Coventry. And this cross-country train got absolutely rammed from Oxford. People standing there all over the place. And apparently, and this train manager was actually a legend. Someone was smoking in one of the toilets. I think it was the one in Coach F, actually. I can smell weed this time, so it must have been just a normal cigarette. But apparently, the fire alarm did go off in the train toilet. And they did an announcement when the train was approaching Leamington Spa. And they said, I have just received an indication that a smoke alarm has gone off in the toilet in Coach F. If I catch anybody else smoking on this train, we will be stopping the train and calling the BTP to get you removed from the train. That's what this announcer said. I was like, oh, for God's sake. Hopefully this person doesn't go smoke again, because I do want to get home tonight. I don't want this train to be stopped because some... and he said the T word then. Because some twits are smoking blooming in toilets. Honestly, some people... Like, if you want to smoke, that's cool. Or vape. Whatever you want to do. But don't do it on bloody trains, for crying out loud. Well, we'll say there's several things I want to say about that passenger, but they'd get me thrown off YouTube. Oh no, says Ruben. I'm gonna get this live stream with limited ads or something at this rate. Although I haven't sworn. Although I have mentioned the word weed, so I'm not sure if YouTube's sensitive about that. But I could be meaning weed to my garden. Where was I? Swanage Railway runs a diesel locomotive and a steam locomotive. That's cool. I thought trains had a no smoking ban. They do, but nobody bloody follows that, apparently. If I've seen people smoke on trains twice this year. The other two incidents were last year. But the first incident, was 2021. And then there's one last year. And then there was two this year. One in March and one in June of people smoking. Both normal cigarettes and weed. Because actually, I've noticed on the 323s now in the West Midlands, when I was doing my Christmas special, I didn't catch this on camera now, I wish I had, but there was an announcement that said, smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes, is not permitted anywhere on the train, including the toilets. Our trains have fitted smoke detectors, and if they are activated, it will cause a delay to the service. So apparently, if you set a smoke alarm off on one of the toilets on the West Midlands Railway 323s, it automatically delays the train. That's the vibe I was getting off that announcement. Have you been any have you been yeah, what was that message? Trace.5. Have you ever been late to somewhere because your bus/train was broke down? I haven't been late to anything important. I haven't Train's 95, but I've definitely been delayed because of a train having issues and stuff like that. Most recent train situation breaking down was and this wasn't major, this was minor, but luckily they fixed this actually. But when I was coming back from the North Staffordshire area in May, the 350 I was on apparently had a fault with the engine. Apparently, actually, there was another incident actually where I was on board with Ruben actually. I'll explain this one in a second. But in May, train got to Warwickshire Trent Valley and just held there for 10 minutes. It did. No reason why. And then about 10 minutes later, the train left, and about a minute later, the senior conductor did a PA announcement and told us about apologies for the delay at Warwickshire Trent Valley. Unfortunately, the engine had failed. A warning light had come on, so we just had to reset the train, because I did wonder why the plug sockets just turned off. And then now the warning light has been removed, and we're now back on the move. And then another example of this happening was I didn't actually get this train at the end because they cancelled it after being on it for an hour. But I was with Ruben I was coming back from the Crew Heritage Centre for the Rail Riders event. Me and Ruben sat on this train. Ruben was getting on it, and the back carriage was completely isolated. The doors just wouldn't work. So when the reset the whole train, it went totally dark. The lights went off. The power sockets went off, and then they turned the lights back on and the plug sockets back on. And the doors were working again. But I didn't end up getting that train because they cancelled it completely because of a fire next to the track near Euston, and that was in June, just gone. I don't think I've experienced any other trains breaking down. No, I haven't ear trains life. I think they're the only ones I can think of recently. Those doors were a pain. Yeah, I found it funny how the train went dark when they reset it. Nearly late to my brother's graduation because the disabled assistance and the lift broken. Oh yeah, that as well. But that wasn't a train broken down. That was a lift breaking down. I was late to GCSEs by 10 minutes because the 3007 decided to set fire, flipping out, to the engine and break down. I've been on the Elizabeth line 345 and broke down at Stratford once. And I needed to change for the other Elizabeth line service towards Shenfield, which was that leaving? Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't think there's any other examples of trains breaking down, to be honest with you. But yeah, it was good to come and do a live stream tonight anyway and catch up with you guys, because obviously it has been a few weeks. Obviously I've still posted videos, but I haven't done any live streams. And I will repeat what I said at the start of the live stream for those of you that missed. I'm not going to do weekly live streams anymore because I'm trying to increase some of the views on the live streams because I feel like they've gone downhill. So what I'm going to do in future is I'm going to set up live streams in advance, whether it's a Q&A, a games night, an on location live stream, and then I'm just going to set them up in advance and tell people beforehand on social media that I'm going to be doing this live stream on this date. Feel free to join, and hopefully the views will slowly increase, because I feel like if I set stuff in advance and tell people that I'm going to be doing this live stream, that it might encourage more people to join. Whereas if I do these random live streams just every week and try and do chit chat live streams, even though I do enjoy them, I just don't think I'm just going to get as many views. So that's why I'm going to not do them as frequent, but try and set them up in advance to see if that helps increase the viewership. That's what I'm going to do, instead of just quitting live streams altogether. It's been good to have another live stream from you, says Ruben. Thank you. I'm going to be going on a cruise next year to the Norwegian Forts. That sounds interesting, 345 Bear. You enjoyed that. And the school van being, I was asked if anything was okay, and they said my bus set fire and the engine broke down. Oh, wow. That's interesting, actually. Yeah. I can't think of anything else that needs to mention on this live stream tonight. We've discussed upcoming videos. We've discussed the fact that they've decided to rename Twitter X. We've discussed the live streams. I'm trying to think if there's been any other news. Trying to think if there's been any other news that I've missed. Any news in the railway industry? Oh, obviously we had the ticket office drama. For saving the ticket offices, the consultation's been extended to the 1st of September. So definitely sign up if you haven't already done so. Trying to think if there's been any other news. Obviously we had the 2 new stations open, which I already mentioned. I don't think there's going to be any new trains for a while yet, because I think the 730s are not going to come until the autumn. Don't know when. No date's been announced yet. Oh, they have been testing, and I still haven't captured this on camera. They have been testing the Avanti 805s and the 807s, including just yesterday, I think it was, they've started doing tests on the North Wales coastline of these new 805s and 807s they have. and have been doing tests along the West Coast Main Line too. I don't think they've done any tests up to Scotland yet. And also, another piece of news, you guys may have seen my little video I made of this train race with a Northern and Avanti chasing each other through Rugby Station. The Marston Vale line is going to have Northern 150s on it from the autumn. I think they've just gone down there to refurbish them or whatever. And then they're going to be starting to have peak time services on the Marston Vale line from autumn. And then a full service on the Marston Vale line will resume in January 2024. That's the other piece of news. In terms of any other railway related news, I can't think of anything at the top of my head. Nothing's jumping out at me. Oh, there was something else on Twitter today. The London Underground is going to be getting new trains for the Piccadilly line in 2025. They've just started testing in Germany, and then TfL have said today that they're going to be starting to enter service on the Piccadilly line in 2025. I don't think there was anything else. If I have missed anything railway related, I'll probably say it in my next live stream. Twitter is now called X Factor. It would be good if Simon Cowell owned Twitter, says 345 Barry. Yeah. I think that's all. Yeah, no trains until autumn at the moment, Air Trains 95. Because I want to do that line myself. Which means the days of the 1973 tube stock are numbered. Yep, I'm probably going to go and have a ride in one of them tube stocks myself. So yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. No, I don't think there's anything other railway or social media related news other than Twitter's changed to X. Yeah, I think that was about it. Just trying to think. No, I don't think there was any other news. There's no opening date for Headbolt Lane yet, because I know that's supposed to be open this year. Yeah, so if I've missed any other railway news, I will mention it in my next live stream, because my next live stream is going to be a Q&A for August. So get your questions in ready for the Q&A, which I'll probably do at some point next week. I will make sure I set them up in advance. And then, yeah, I'm probably going to wrap things up here now, because it's 11 o'clock at night and I want to get some rest and chill out before I go to bed. And I'm sure you guys probably want to chill out before you go to bed too. So I thank everyone for coming to the live stream today. If you haven't already, give me a thumbs up, and you watch it on the replay, give me a thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed, consider subscribing, because we're on the road to 2,000. We're getting ever so closely. It's a slow process, but we'll get there. And if you watch on the replay, I'd love to know. I'm nosy. Let me know if you watch on the replay. And yeah, and have the bell for all notifications, because then you'll know when I'm doing a live stream. My next video, either tomorrow or Thursday, is going to be Preston railway station. You try to enjoy work, Ruben. Thanks so much for the kind words, 345 and everybody else. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to go now. Take care, everybody. Bye, guys. Peace out. Bye.